Hi, welcome back to You Are the Answer. Last time we talked about BCAAs, or branched chain amino acid supplements, where they come from, how they're made, how they're utilized by the body, and their most important health and performance benefits, especially as it relates to recovery. Now, those can be broken down into three key points in terms of the most important performance benefits. Number one, BCAAs can significantly speed up your recovery time by reducing post-exercise muscle soreness. And the way they do that is by reducing cortisol, which is the stress hormone released by all kinds of life stresses as well as exercise or intense exercise stress. And when you can reduce cortisol, then you can reduce inflammation and you reduce the post-exercise soreness. Number two, they're very beneficial in terms of helping with lean tissue rebuilding and repair. And number three, when used in conjunction with protein foods and or protein supplements, BCAAs help trigger protein synthesis and tell the body, hey, we've got protein here, let's use it for tissue repair and rebuilding. So now that we've got some basic information as to why BCAAs are so awesome for athletes, all that's left is for you to go out and buy them. Just go to your local supplement store or grocery store or jump online and order them through some internet discount retailer and just get the cheapest one that you can get because they're all pretty much the same, right? Wrong. Like everything else that really matters, quality isn't just important, it's everything, especially for something that you're going to put into your body. Number one, you want to make sure that it's safe to use. But number two, you also want to make sure that it's going to work the way it's supposed to work, provide the benefits that it's supposed to provide. You want good results. And results can vary all over the spectrum from, man, this stuff was awesome, I'm going to buy it again because it made all the difference in my training, to this thing didn't do anything at all, I just pissed my money away. Determining the quality of a BCAA supplement isn't super easy, but it can be done as long as you have the right information. It'll be super helpful for you in making the right decision. Remember that BCAAs are free-form amino acids, leucine, isoleucine, and valine. And free-form amino acids are existing in every type of food or organic material. They start with some type of organic material, whether it's a piece of steak or it's a whey protein shake. Your body has a digestive process that breaks those food sources down into each individual amino acid that makes up that protein source and then utilizes those amino acids in different ways throughout the body. Now, that's why you have to think about where is the source coming from. A BCAA supplement is broken down not by the human digestive process, but by something that mimics it. It's a chemical process that helps to derive an individual free-form amino acid, the leucine, the isoleucine, and the valine. Go back a little bit here and remember, what is it derived from? That's the big question to ask. What is the source of where those amino acids came from? BCAAs and pretty much all free-form amino acids are typically derived from one or two basic substances. On the one hand, you have animal byproducts, and on the other hand, you have plant-based or vegan-based sources. Now, there's a couple of key differences between the two. With the animal byproduct sources, they're really cheap, super inexpensive, and most companies for that reason opt to use those in their formulas because then they can offer their products really cheap and still make a really high profit. Only a few companies opt to use the plant-based sources because they are expensive, and as a result, they have to charge a little bit more for their products. Now, a question you might be asking yourself is, why is there such a cost difference between animal byproducts? Why are they so much less expensive than the plant-based sources? And that question is probably the most important point in determining quality of your BCAA supplements. Let's consider whole food sources of protein for a minute. You think about a piece of steak from a cow, or dairy from a cow, or a chicken breast from a chicken, or eggs from a chicken, and all of those are excellent whole food sources of protein that human beings have been consuming for hundreds, if not thousands of years. Our human digestive processes know exactly what to do with those substances, how to break them down and utilize them for muscle energy and repair and all sorts of bodily functions and health benefits. When you look at whatever the dinner is on your plate at any given night, you think maybe about the farmer and the butcher who helped to create the opportunity to eat such good food, but don't give a lot of thought to what's happening behind the scenes with the industrial food complex or big agribusiness. Now, without getting all dystopian up in here, big agribusiness, the industrial food complex, leaves nothing to waste on the animals that we typically consume. You're looking at that chicken breast or that piece of steak. Now let's take that off of your plate and let's substitute that with some chicken feathers, chicken beaks, maybe some horse hooves, some cow hair, cow ears, and other parts of the cow that you would never want to consume and that the butcher typically throws away. Even if you could find a way to slow cook that shit, rub it with some kind of spice rub and put it on the smoker and make it taste a little bit better, your body's not going to know what to do with it if you try to consume it. Honestly, horse hooves, cow ears, chicken feathers? Really? No, that stuff's never going to get packaged and put on the grocery store shelves for you to buy and bring home. But it does get used, and it does get used for consumable products that you ingest into your body, such as amino acids. So go back to the animal byproduct sources, and that is exactly where a lot of the BCAA, most of the BCAA ingredients are derived from for most of the company's products on the shelves. Horse hair, cow ears, throwaway parts of the cow that I don't even want to mention, chicken feathers, and even human hair and fingernail clippings. Yuck! So if any of you out there are prone to chew on your fingernails, well, you might as well eat them and swallow them whole because you're going to get some really good BCAAs out of them. Not. All right, back away from those animal byproduct sources and let's walk over to the plant-based sources. Now, what are actually the plant-based sources? Well, they can come from anything like, say, cornstarch or even sugar cane. The BCAAs that we use in our You Are Built product, for example, are made from a company called Ajinomoto. You can look them up online. They're one of the best quality suppliers in the world of pharmaceutical grade free-form amino acids, and all of them are plant-derived or vegan-derived. The sugar cane amino acid is something that your body knows what to do with. It knows what to do with sugar cane. And that's everything in terms of the source. If your body knows what to do with the source initially, the end byproduct or the free-form amino acid that comes from it is going to be that much more utilized by the body, that much more effective in the way that it works, more easily absorbed, and it's going to taste better. Sugar cane, I'm pretty sure, tastes a little better than fingernail clippings. Okay, so hopefully most of you are feeling me right now as to why plant-based sources are so much better than animal byproduct-based sources. It's all about results. It's all about quality. It's all about the way your body is able to utilize those BCAAs, and it depends on the source. So now, one last key question is going to be, all right, so how do I know that the bottle of BCAAs that I have in my closet or in my cabinet are made from plant-based sources versus animal byproduct sources? Well, it's real simple. Just ask. Call the toll-free number. Contact a representative from the company and ask the question that you deserve to know the answer to. It's really important that you know this. You're putting it into your body. You want it to be effective. You spent your hard-earned money on it. Now, let's say you make the call or you send somebody the email and they message you back or they tell you, sure, it's plant-based sources. Well, how can they prove it? They should be able to prove it through a paper trail of documents that say, here's the ingredient we used for the lot number that's on the bottle that you bought to prove that they either have animal-based fingernail clippings and chicken feathers or they have plant-based sources. I know that's something that we can do. You ask us to provide documentation like a certificate of analysis that will be able to show to you, to prove to you that we're using plant-based materials from Ajinomoto, their lot number for the ingredients that we purchased that went into that batch, that went into that tablet, that went into that bottle that you bought. You should be able to do that with any company, and the good reputable companies will gladly provide that for you. So, a lot of detail, a lot of grossness, but hopefully you're going to be able to get something good out of this and understand why quality is so important, not just with BCAAs, but with anything that you're putting into your body, supplement-wise or food-wise. Don't be afraid to ask the questions you deserve to know the answer to. Because at the end of the day, the difference between good, better, or best, you are. Thanks for checking us out. Hope to see you next time.